Julia prided herself on control. Control of her arguments, her calendar, her tone, her cases. For months now, the embezzlement trial had bent itself around her will. Late nights, endless discovery disputes, strategy sessions that ran on caffeine and sheer force of intellect. She had built the case, brick by brick, and at its center stood one indispensable pillar: the star witness, the insider, the one who could tie everything together. So when her phone rang late that morning and she saw the name on the screen, she answered with practiced calm. "Julia," she said. The voice on the other end wavered almost immediately. Polite, hesitant, apologetic in that way that set her nerves on edge before the words even landed. "I've been thinking," the witness began, "about the trial, about testifying, and I'm not sure I can go through with it." For a split second, Julia said nothing. Her eyes drifted to the city skyline outside her office window, as if the buildings might rearrange themselves into a solution. Inside, frustration flared hot and fast, but she kept her voice even. "Not sure how?" she asked. "You're under subpoena. We've prepared for this for months." "I know," the witness replied, "but the pressure is getting to me. My family's worried. The defense has been aggressive. I just need time to think." Time. The one thing this case did not have. Julia closed her eyes briefly, fingers tightening around the phone. She outlined the legal realities, the protections in place, the consequences of backing out. She did not yell. She did not plead. She argued, because that was what she did best. Still, when the call ended with nothing resolved beyond a vague promise to consider options, the silence in her office felt louder than any shouting match. She lowered the phone slowly onto her desk. The door to her office cracked open a moment later. Her associate, Mark, leaned in, legal pad in hand, clearly having sensed the tension. "Julia?" "I heard." She snapped her head toward him, the control she'd been gripping finally slipping. "Get the hell out of my office and shut the door." Mark froze, startled, then nodded once and retreated immediately. The door closed with a decisive thud. Julia exhaled sharply, pressing her palms flat against her desk. She hated moments like this, moments when the machinery faltered despite her precision. But fury, she knew, was useless unless it was put to work. She picked up the phone again. This time, when the witness answered, her tone was different. Still firm, but measured, strategic. "I want to come by your office later this afternoon," she said. "We need to talk face to face. No lawyers, no intermediaries. Just us." There was a pause on the line, then a reluctant agreement. "All right," the witness said. "This afternoon." Julia hung up, already mentally rearranging the rest of her day. There would be no easy fixes, no guarantees, but there was still a chance to salvage what mattered. She grabbed her coat, squared her shoulders, and headed out. The elevator ride down felt interminable. As she stepped into the lobby of the building, the hum of conversation and footsteps washed over her, rounding her in the ordinary world that continued regardless of her internal crisis. The car service was scheduled to pick her up, another meeting, another obligation she couldn't afford to miss. She scanned the curb. The familiar black sedan wasn't there. Instead, a slightly newer model pulled up, and a man stepped out quickly, smoothing his jacket as he approached her. "Julia?" he asked, offering a polite smile. "I'm Brian. I'll be your driver today." Julia paused, appraising him. He looked young, too young perhaps to be driving clients like her, but professional enough. There was an earnestness in his expression that suggested nerves. "I'd just started with the company," Brian continued, opening the door for her. "I've heard great things about you, and I'm really looking forward to working with you." The words landed at the wrong moment. Compliments, enthusiasm, Normally, she might have acknowledged them with a nod or a brief thanks. Today, they slid right off her. Julia stepped into the car without ceremony. "Get me to where I need to be as quickly as possible," she said, her voice cold but unwavering. Ryan blinked, then nodded, closing the door gently. "Of course, ma'am." As the car pulled away from the curb, Julia leaned back against the seat, eyes fixed on the city passing by. Control, she reminded herself, was not about preventing chaos. It was about facing it head-on and bending it, once again, to her will.